Темой сегодняшнего занятия у нас
The
являются
subject
кони.
of today's video lesson is horses. I will show you how to paint horses in watercolor with the correct anatomy and texture of the coat. Here is the painting I will have by the end of this lesson. Before I begin to paint, I wet the watercolor paper on both sides and stick it to the plastic board. I let the paper dry for a few minutes, and when it is moist, I can begin painting. For the color of the horse's coat, I mixed raw sienna, vermilion, and phthalo blue. For the darker color, I mixed ultramarine with sepia. Painting begins from light tonal values. To make the colors more saturated, I also add vermilion and burnt umber. At this step, I avoid using strong single colors and instead mix the necessary hues on the palette. With the underpainting in place, I'm now adding a darker brown color, which consists of burnt umber, sepia, vermilion, and phthalo blue. The white paper is moist. However, the painted part is satin because I already added more paint in this area. That is why I'm now using an even drier brush than before. It contains less water but more pigment. This helps to keep the paint flow under control. The dry brush produces very sharp brushstroke edges. This painting technique allows you to preserve white paper with high precision and without using masking fluid. This is a great advantage of this technique. Painting wet into wet has its advantages. Sharp edges of the brushstrokes can be diffused softly, and bigger areas can be covered faster, compared to the slow-paced dry brush technique. First, I will do an underpainting using a big, flat, soft brush to cover the large area fast. And then I will work with a smaller brush on the tonal values and texture of the coat. The second horse is darker. Nevertheless, I'm using quite a light underpainting because it serves as the color for the highlights of the horse's coat. The shadow I'm painting now might look very dark in this video. However, it is still transparent and I can see the paper through this color. Two horses are complete. I'm now adding small decorative details to finish this piece. Here is the finished watercolor artwork.